What's going on, guys? This is Fletch here on Ultimate Halo. You know, the recent release of Spider-Man on the PlayStation 4 has made me ask a lot of questions and has made me think a lot. So the first question I'm asking myself is, damn, why the hell can't I play this on my Xbox? I've been dying for a good Spider-Man game for years. And along with this, my second question is, why isn't Halo's theater mode as good as Spider-Man's photo mode? So, let's find out.
Halo.
So whilst we are on the topic of Spider-Man, without a doubt this game is enjoying a whole lot of success, in part due to the game being the first great Spider-Man in years, but I do attribute a lot of its post-launch success through the fans sharing their photos and epic moments of the internet, something that really drives fan engagement. Theater mode has been a core part of the Halo experience since 2007 when Halo 3 was released. From what I'm aware, I do believe it was starting to be developed in Halo 2, but we all kind of know how much of a shit show that Halo 2 was in terms of its development, so that was probably cut at some stage during the development. But Halo 3's theater did so much to set an industry standard for games going forward, with other games such as No Man's Sky, Shadow of the Tomb Raider, God of War all having these features, but somehow Halo's theater mode has remained fairly static over the years. Since then, Halo 3 ODST, Halo 2 Anniversary, Halo Reach, 4 and 5 have all had theater mode, but in the later two installments the feature hasn't quite hit the mark. Now, let me explain. Halo 4 was the first game to entirely remove theater mode from the campaign, which is something I personally sorely miss. I always enjoyed venturing around the maps, really appreciating the art and the work that goes into them, along with finding any hidden secrets that I might not know about. It was just a really enjoyable experience, and it was just one of those quality of life things that added to a Halo game. Halo 5 was very much a lot of the same, but the main thing that this game did was have all of the save data in the cloud, which still to this day has synchronization issues, animation bugs which are still not addressed, and it's really hindering that part of theatre. And also one actual community that's been hindered a lot is the machinima community, because if they want to go back and, you know, retroactively record footage from theatre, it just doesn't quite look right and it ends up ruining a lot of clips. Later on in the game's life cycle, 343 Industries did also introduce a machinima mode, which gave a lot more features to fans that they've been requesting over the years, such as weapon lowering, being able to film machinima live whilst the actor performs, so to speak. It did a lot of things right. It was a really good step in the right direction, but it wasn't quite what we were looking for just yet. So at this stage, it's clear that Halo's theatre needs a facelift, and to gain some inspiration, I'm just going to take a step back for a moment and analyse Spider-Man's photo mode features, just so you guys can get an idea of what things I would like to see in Halo's theatre mode in Halo Infinite. Okay, so in photo mode you have filters, depth of field of view, you can change the aperture, overlays, stickers, and there's even a camera type where you can take a selfie with Spider-Man. Now, don't get me wrong, I don't want the Chief to start taking selfies all of a sudden, even though it would be kind of cool. You get my point, but you could even do emotes. I mean, Destiny, you know, emotes and that are a big thing from what I'm aware. I don't really play it, but that seems to be the case, and that's also a really good thing going forward to think about, because will it sort of expand the demographic that Halo appeals to other audiences? Because we all want Halo to do well, and I know we kind of want to be with our little circle and bubble, but at the end of the day, if this franchise is going to succeed, it needs to expand its audiences. With all of this said, it's all well and good me explaining these features. They're all cool ideas, but the main thing to think about is how it will impact the community. Now, we're all a creative bunch. We like to make content, and it will see a rise in machinima content creators. I personally believe that the level for entry will decrease because the quality will be so much higher when you actually do things in-game. There's less sort of post-editing that needs to take place. Forged map showcases will look ridiculously better. The campaign community will also be able to show off 343's amazing environments and crazy moments, and the multiplayer community can do the same. Not to even mention the insane montages that could happen, because at the end of the day, you don't want just clips from the first person's perspective. Third person stuff and different angles always add to the immersion and the quality of a montage. Now looking at Halo Infinite's engine, it looks like there's going to be a lot more functionality that's going to be available looking at the trailer, and it seems that there's going to be a ridiculous amount of investment going into the slipspace engine. We saw this firsthand in the trailer, we even saw depth of field, and it looks ridiculously better than Halo 5's. For some reason, I just thought Halo 5's looked really artificial. I know it's a video game, they're all going to look somewhat that way, but in Halo Infinite, when Master Chief shows his helmet and that focal sort of range changes, it looks a lot more natural. Halo 5 wasn't exactly rushed, but it was also developed for new hardware, which can be quite straining, especially when you're working off a legacy engine and it's getting used to how it works. It's not exactly an easy task, and so many resources seemingly get put into this, but the slipspace engine should be our best bet in pushing for more features in theatre. Just to also back up my point a lot more, one video I would also like to show you is Sean from Forge Lab's video about which Halo screenshots do you remember. These images have literally been forged, no pun intended, their way into the history of the franchise and are now synonymous with Halo as a whole. Halo games have crazy sandboxes, unlike any other first-person shooter out there, and in my eyes, it would be a real shame if these features didn't get shown off and increase the game's lifespan. You know, there's so many possibilities that can happen, and I don't think people really realise it these days because it's not as easy to share.
Ooh, you know what I miss? I miss good old Halo 3 screenshots. I recently went back and looked at some of the stuff on Bungie.net, and there's some good stuff on there, so come with me. These screenshots by Predator 5791 were always so great. He did such a good job of using items and forged pieces to create these looks. It makes me kind of miss this type of screenshot in Halo. I mean, no one really does this stuff anymore, and these were always so great, and he made quite a few of them.
In terms of any downsides also, I think an obstacle we can also see in terms of pushback is from Microsoft. They do want to promote their own DVR, where you can sort of make screenshots and videos when you click the home button. Now, I think DVR is a fantastic feature, but don't get me wrong, I actually personally think they can work side by side. I know I keep mentioning Spider-Man a lot, but you do take the screenshot from photo mode, you actually press the DVR capture button on the controller so it's saved to your profile. It's not actually saved to an internal system on the Spider-Man game, so it actually increases the possibilities of the reach of the photo and also making the Xbox community a richer place. So there is a place for both of these things to coincide. However, with this said, I would like there to be more of an emphasis on things like file browsers and 343's community picks. I feel like it's a great achievement to have screenshots featured on these articles that Grim Brother 1 does on the community features on Halo Waypoint. Maybe it would be nice for these things to be incorporated in the main menu again, just so that everybody has access to it, because even though I don't know the statistics, I'm pretty sure that not everybody looks at Halo Waypoint that actually plays Halo. Overall, I wouldn't just say that these features are desirable. I would actually say they're more crucial in the least part to the success of Halo Infinite and its ability to foster a healthy community and push for a healthy lifespan. I'm curious to know your thoughts. Now make sure you comment below whether you're bothered, whether this has more features in the future, if it's something you would personally use. I would also appreciate a follow on my Twitter where you can keep up with my latest Halo antics, and I will see you next time on Ultimate Halo.
Subscribe now to Ultimate Halo for more unfriggin' believable Halo content.